people from Scotland and Nso origin have been identified in other parts of the country and even the world as a people with a poor accent. Some young people in Nso do not come out boldly to talk to others in public. They are often shy expressing themselves publicly because they know someone listening to them or another who knows them would easily identify them from the way they talk. First, with a lot of grammatical errors and a very poor accent. Crisco, you know, as I grew up and came to discover that many people laugh at us from Scotland because of our funny pronunciation of words, I started fighting hard, even right up till this moment, and I am not going to give up, for whatever reason.
Mercy, can you please tell me, why are people not changing? What could be behind this mockery of our fellow brothers and sisters? My dear sister, you may have an idea of what we can do to help the people of our land, especially the youths.
Yes, of course. As we were talking, something came to my mind. There is this hard-working, industrious, intelligent, and generous woman that I know. Have you lately heard of Mama Verla project?
No, what is it? Please, Mercy, tell me about the project. Besides, who is Mama Verla?
Oh yes, Chris. You just ask your questions to the right person. Mama Verla project is an initiative by Mama Verla, a wonderful woman who has a desire to touch the hearts of those demotivated, to inspire them with practical and a personal example of a true life story.
I see. Whose story does she relay? Is it the example of her own life story or someone else?
Of course, Chris, she talks about herself. I will tell you about her later. You know what?
No, tell me some more, Mercy.
I have something to tell you. Mama Verla, whom we fondly call Vicky, wants to open a public library in her husband's village in Kikaikalaki to help improve upon the reading habits of our people.
Wow, Mercy! Why did you not tell me this earlier? It is such a wonderful idea. I have been longing to read, but I did not know any closest library to contact. When is it going operational?
Hey, Crisco, not long from now. Just be a little patient. I have been going round to seek the opinion of some people as to whether they actually need this library.
So, what did they say?
Listen to some of them. And as you listen, I think eventually when this library comes, the reading culture, the reading habit of our young people in particular is going to change. It's going to be improved upon, and thereafter we will have great people in Scotland.
Wow, Mercy. I can't wait to make good use of that library.
Michael Laura has been Ngamsha Vicky's voice in Cameroon and in Scotland. Hear the message she has been going around spreading to the people who are so much awaiting to receive the public library.
I'm Michael Laura and I'm here representing Ngamsha Vicky, the director of VVL. Ngamsha Vicky is a UK-based motivational speaker, public speaker. She aimed at encouraging women empowerment and then fighting against domestic violence, encouraging importance of education, demands and challenges of family life, cultural integration, in the community, volunteering, fighting also against child abuse in young children and adults. She fights against poverty. She also fights to improve the relationship and also helping the youth in making firm choices in life. And her aim, she aims at touching the hearts of those demotivated to inspire them with practical and personal examples of a true life story. And Ngamshaviki will be coming any moment from now in Cameroon, maybe in a month's time. And her aim is to meet the youth, and she's going to find these youths in various schools and orphanages. She also intends to hunt talents, maybe in music and acting, by donating her own quarter and also encouraging true talks to the youth. And I think her coming is a blessing here. And I will encourage everyone and everybody that has a problem to be open. If you can reach her through her number, because her posters are all over town. In squares, you find her posters there with her numbers and also her website, her email. You're free to get to Ngamshaviki at any time. She's ready to listen to anyone at any time.
After talking to Michael Laura, Vicky's voice in Cameroon, we were privileged to talk to other people, amongst whom was Madame Nyoifodze Ernestine.
I'm Nyoifodze Ernestine. I live in Kikaikelake. We are very, very grateful about this library because it will help our children. Most of the parents here are farmers, so most of them do not have enough money to buy, let's say, textbooks for their children. And in schools, you see that most of our children are being driven from textbooks. And if a library like that one is brought, we'll be very, very happy because it will go a very long way to help our children to know many things.
Just to know from you, Madam, do you know this wonderful woman called Ngamshaviki? And why do you think she's bringing this library to Kikaikelaki village?
I can say she's our wife because her husband is from Kikaikelaki. I think it's because she loves her husband's village. That's why she decided to bring it to Kikaikelaki. So we are very happy. And I, for one, am really very, very pleased about that initiative. And I would also like to thank her very much for what she has done. Because, as I earlier said, our children now will not more be facing the problem of lack of textbooks. Many of them now will come into the library and sign for those that they need. And after that, they will bring the books back for others to be using. And that is really very good for our community.
From a personal point of view, how are you preparing to welcome the library that will soon be installed in Kikaikelaki?
We are preparing as much as we can. There's a house which is already in place for that. And also, our people, as they will be very happy to receive these books, most of them, I think they will be around when they are bringing the books. So many of them will come out. They will come out in their numbers to receive these books.
Shella is an enthusiastic young person in Kikaikelaki village. Here is her own impression as to how she is waiting to receive the library.
Okay, my name is Nyoifodze Shella Sisila from K4. And I'm actually very happy about this idea of the library. That is thanks to Madame Ngamsha Victorine. And I know that the youths, especially many of them that are students and those of them that are in the GC classes, they are going to find this very interesting because many of them are going to do a lot of research. And also some of us who like to go to the library, read books, we're also going to find this very interesting. So I'm thankful to her for her initiative.
The next person we spoke to about the library is a retired teacher. Hear his impression.
I am Bansika Michael, a teacher by profession. I'm now retired and I'm at home. About the public library, I think I'm very impressed because it helps in the education of our children and even our adults. For me, I think that's a very good idea, that we should have something where somebody can relax and read something, not just relaxing and drinking.
Young people these days don't like reading. Do you think that the coming of the public library is going to change their reading habits?
What I'm seeing now is that even if the youths who have refused to go to school are not reading, those who are going to school will read. Because I'm seeing many of them who are already going to school, they have books and I see them reading. And I think if there's a public library, they will have the opportunity, because some of them do not even have the books to read. And if it happens that there's a place like that, I think even just we have 2 colleges here, and if children come out from there, I would say 3 even, plus the Islamic college. If children come out even during the holidays, and they feel they will come and read there, because many of them now like to read, because they are facing exams, and they may not read because of pleasure, but because they are facing exams. Then, in future, those of them who become as old as us would like to go and relax there and read, just for pleasure.
Do you know Ngamsha Vicky?
It's our wife in the village, the wife of our young boy, who is a deacon in England. So we know her very well.
You are a teacher by profession, though retired. What can you say about the reading culture of Scotland?
Reading for me is something which comes to an educated person naturally. If I sit down now, even at my old age, and I don't read in a day, I feel as if I've committed a sin. When I don't have newspapers to read, I have books to read. I go to my library and I pick an old book. Then I read over again, and I feel very, very comfortable. So I think that these our children, if they are seeing books and reading, I think they've developed the habit too, whereby, like when they come of age like us, who are now using glasses, they would like to buy glasses in order to read. I bought glasses to read because I like reading. If I didn't like reading, I should not have been buying glasses, because the eyes are no more seeing well. So I think if the public library is here, it will train them to be used to reading. So that in future, even if there were 100 children, and in future we'll have 10 or 15 who can read, we have achieved something.
After talking to Mr. Bansaka Michael, we were privileged to talk to Mr. Kidzuru Lauren. He is also a retired teacher. Hear what he had to say.
This is Kidzuru Lawrence, Kidzuru Lawrence of Kaikelaki. The patak is called CAS. We are talking about the library.